All right, what's up, guys? So, back here with day number 3 of building a $10,000 a month online business while I travel the world. And today we're going to be talking about my plan for how to get clients for the agency that I'm going to be creating. So, if you didn't catch the last two videos, my name is Zen. I'm currently traveling the world. I'm in Brazil, and I've decided I got to build a $10,000 a month online business sooner rather than later. And my plan for that is first and foremost to launch an agency that focuses on marketing and a little bit of web design, and to basically use that as the primary vehicle for accomplishing that goal. And if you're new here as well, we're doing a new thing where I'm going to be trying a different drink every day. Seems kind of fun. So I found something in the grocery store I've never seen before in Canada, which is Coca-Cola with coffee. So it has espresso inside of it, and I've heard of this mix before, but I've never actually seen it packaged by Coca-Cola. So gonna give it a try. Kind of skeptical, to be honest, but that's not bad. It's not bad, honestly. It has 40% more caffeine than regular Coca-Cola and 50% less sugar, apparently. We'll put that off to the side. And let me just continue by saying that my primary plan for finding clients for this business is going to be through social media and cold outreach, but I have less experience in cold outreach, so I want to make sure that my funnel is completely optimized for when people are finding me. And when I actually do outreach to them, I want them to see that I have some sort of credibility because I've been managing Facebook ads for about 3 years now. I've got a ton of ad spend, a ton of results, but I can't really leverage that results because it's all been for somebody else's agencies. So I'm trying to not rely on those results as much, and basically still establish myself and my social profiles in a way that gives me credibility when I can't exactly put their logos and their results on my own website. So the primary social media that I'm going to be using for this is Twitter. Um, if you're not really using Twitter that much, I don't blame you. I mean, if you're not really trying to build a business or something, I don't really know what you'd use it for. Most people just know it as that social media that Elon Musk bought, and then, it's kind of the wild, wild west. They have everything from people building like, $1 million businesses all the way to porn. It's like the only social media account that allows for that kind of content to be posted, which is interesting. It's a weird mix. What I like about it is there's a ton of entrepreneurs who are basically sharing results, connecting, pitching. They're using it as a funnel for acquiring clients, especially in services businesses. Um, and yeah, there's not a lot of social medias that are kind of allowing for B2B lead gen. If you're on Instagram, it's hard to find business owners because a lot of business owners won't really post it in their profiles. You are seeing it more with the auto DM stuff. You know what I mean? Like if you comment, links, then I'll send you the link. I'm seeing that more, but Twitter is still probably the primary place I would go, aside from LinkedIn. But LinkedIn is, I don't know, just something I hate about LinkedIn. I don't know how to describe it. It's like the brown nosing social media. Everybody's just trying so hard and patting each other on the back for small updates. So trying to avoid using LinkedIn if I can, but I'll still optimize my profile in order to get that done. So let's jump into my laptop now, and I can basically show you guys how the website is looking, and then what I'm doing to optimize my profile, and the main lead gen strategy on Twitter that I see working these days. So let's get into it. All right, so here's what the website is looking right now. I've decided to call my agency Strivian Digital. Um, Overall, it's pretty much done. I removed the logos before. Like I said, I don't really want to leverage businesses that I've worked with in the past since I've been primarily a subcontractor for other agencies. So I've removed that. And aside from not really having much social proof, I would say everything looks pretty good. I still have this one little piece, this one animation. I need to find something better, but that's pretty much the only thing that I have left. I also built out a contact us page. Um, and yeah, everything here looks pretty good. So let's talk about Twitter and LinkedIn. Let's start off with LinkedIn just because I'm not planning on using it much. It's a little bit easier of a topic to go over. So here is the profile so far. As you can see, it can use a little bit of work. I gotta update this cover image. It's just some stock photo bullshit. But I do have meta ad specialists. I do have, the brands that I'm working with and a little bit of social proof. And I do have people reaching out to me for that, which is cool. So I think there's a lot more I can do with my LinkedIn profile, and it is a good source of inbound. But I don't really want to rely on it too much. I'd prefer to go with Twitter. So let me show you what the Twitter profile looks like at the moment. Here is what it looks like. So I think this is a lot more optimized. I have over 1,000 followers, and I've branded myself as the Facebook ads guy. That's just the primary service that I'm offering. So yeah, I think there's definitely some good bones here. I'm planning on optimizing this cover image and color. I'm going to go with the Strivian colors of the nice orange. And I do want it to kind of showcase who I'm serving in the cover photo. So I've been working on this. I think this is going to look a lot better once it's up. I'm just kind of tweaking a little bit more. It's so hard to get these to be perfectly aligned, but that's the plan at the moment. And now let me show you the primary growth strategy. So if you want to grow your Twitter, here's what I see a ton of people doing in order to do that. So, my feed is all just people doing this strategy, to be honest, because I've done a lot of engagement with it. So it's just basically the strategy is to brand yourself as the guy for a specific thing. And then you do automatic giveaways, which are set up through a software called Hypefury, or there's other ones. I don't remember exactly what they're all called, but Hypefury is the one that I used. And yeah, here's an example. Daniel Kenny. So his thing is that he helps you sell e-commerce stores. That's his thing. It says right there in the bio. And then he's saying, here's something cool that's happening. You can do this and you can have this desired outcome. If you comment, exit, he'll send you the training. 15,000 impressions, 198 comments. And every time somebody comments on this, they'll automatically get a DM from him, basically giving him the instruction, the material, whatever the hell he's peddling here. And these are everywhere. So retweet and comment setup. So you can basically set up how you want these things to be triggered. So sometimes you can ask for people to retweet it. Other times you just require a comment. And then that's how the DM works. But the DM only fires if you're actually following the person who you're engaging with, because otherwise you can't DM just complete strangers. So you can see here, that's what's happening here. So 36,000 impressions on this and 334 comments. And he's asking you to comment the setup. You're going to get a lot less retweets than you are comments. So most people just go for like and comment. But these are just everywhere. 28,000 impressions, 249 comments. And this leads to a ton of people following you, which is what I'm planning on doing here. So I'm going to be doing like Facebook ads themed giveaways, basically trying to create materials that would be beneficial to my target customer. And then I'm going to be posting those on X and trying to get those people to engage with it, in which case I will send them the material and I will funnel them, basically capture their email, and then I can start to have more email correspondence with them and basically try to close them through that. I did have a couple of these that I've done in the past. Let me see if I can find. Yeah, here's one. I did it in the past. You just basically set up a quick card website. So if you have a card account, which is like $20 a month, you can create like a quick website, super easy. So when somebody DMs you when you DM somebody on Twitter automatically, you basically say, here's your resource that you're looking for, go to this website. And then they go to this website and they're saying, okay, well, I already commented, I guess I'll just give them my email. So you give them email and then the name, and then I capture those pieces of data, and then I can then send them the resource automatically through like Zapier or whatever you want to do. Or you can even just make it like an automatic redirect after they hit this form, which is what I did. It can be whatever. And then it just automatically redirects to the resource in question, which is, in this case, a Google spreadsheet. And so that's basically the sauce, guys. You just run these giveaways, honestly. You got to feed in some other content about your niche. So if you're doing landing pages, Facebook ads, Google ads, you can't just do giveaways only. But you just mix in some other content. You do the giveaways as much as the platform will allow you to do. I think for Hypefury, it's like once every 4 days or something like that. So that's my plan. I'm just going to set up these giveaways to be on autopilot. as well as some other content. And Hypefury can just schedule out my content, so I can post it, automatically once I schedule it. And then the plan is basically just funnel them to an email audience, and then try to get them on call, whether they go from, my Twitter account to the call, whether they go from my Twitter account to a resource, to my emails to a call. However it works, the idea is to get them on a call and then to close them. And then throughout that funnel, I'm just going to be establishing myself as the authority in the subject and, doing what I can to reinforce trust. And that is the plan. So if you enjoy this video, make sure to hit the like and the thumbs up button and subscribe along. I'm going to be making one of these every single day. And if you want to try Coca-Cola with coffee, I mean, it's pretty damn good, honestly. I mean, Coke Zero is definitely the way to go, but I'd recommend it as well. At least worth a try. So we'll see you guys tomorrow. Take care and thanks for watching.